Good morning. Welcome to Guerilla Sports Daily. Today's episode is brought to you by Trusted American Mortgage. Trusted American Mortgage are salary-based mortgage consultants, and they want to help you. And they want to help you get into a better home loan, possibly lower your monthly payment, and possibly lower your interest rate. So make sure to go to trustedamerican.com to see how much you can save on your home loan. Again, go to trustedamerican.com and see how much they can save you on your home loan. Let's go. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. We have Andy back there doing a little, she's trying to do the intro. Let's see if she can actually do it. Nope, never mind. Hey, it's all good. We actually couldn't get Jay to do it today, but you know what? We got Andy, who's our great editor, and she's helping me out today run the show. So you know what? Screw the intro. We don't need it. We'll go right into it. But today we're going to be talking a little bit of Broncos. We're going to be talking a little bit about some football news happening in college sports. And we're going to also be talking a little bit about Liga MX. I know I got some good feedback last week about covering the Mexican League. So here we are. Here we go. Let's get it started. We're going to start with a little bit of the Colorado Avalanche. They are actually in action tonight. They're going to be playing the Utah Hockey Club. The Utes. The Utes. The what? The Youths. The Youths. I don't know why they haven't changed their name yet. Anyways, the Avalanche are returning home after a 5-game road trip. They won 4 out of 5, this is great. They won 4 games on that road trip. Could have easily won all 5 of them, but here they are. They've climbed up in the rank in the standings so far. The offense is clicking. They're humming. They're cooking, and they just rebolstered their goalie lineup. So hey, things are looking up for the Avalanche. They seem like they're finally clicking on all cylinders. But the Utah Hockey Club not doing so well. Currently 12 in the Western Conference. They're doing all right. I mean, they've had some. I mean, they might be able to sneak into the playoffs. This year. I mean, they're kind of right there. But some things do have to go right for them. I just don't see them being super. I see this being kind of a little bit of a trap game for the Avalanche. They're feeling good. They've won some games. Scott Wedgwood, I think it's set to start, between the pipes tonight, as new goalie and newly traded Mackenzie Blackwood gets acclimated to the team. Jesse Montano, Megan Angley, they're down in morning skate today. And so make sure to check out some of that stuff happening today. And also make sure to check out some of the post-game report after tonight's game. Jesse Montano and Megan Angley will break that down for you. Make sure to ask them questions on their Twitter accounts as well. Sometimes they answer it post game. So they do a great job over there. So make sure to check out tonight's game. Again, Colorado Avalanche host the Utah Hockey Club. Sticking to local teams, the Broncos are also backing action. They actually host the Indianapolis Colts this week. They're back from their bye. Both teams actually are coming off of bye, which actually kind of worked out a little well for the Broncos. They're currently on a 3-game winning streak, and they're the 7th seed. If the playoffs were to start today, they would be the 7th seed. Colts outside looking in, currently 6-7. They're 8th in the playoff picture, and this game, I mean, the Broncos are back. The Broncos are back. It's been so long since we've said that, and we actually have December football that is meaningful. I mean, I know last year we could have, going up to the Patriots game, Broncos were 6-6, and they really needed that game. But no, this is different. It's got a totally different aura to it. It's got a totally different feel to the season. We have December football, meaningful December football, and it's been so long. If you're a Broncos fan, since 2015, it feels like an eternity ago. They're back. The Broncos are back, and they're, like I said before, they're on a 3-game winning streak. They got some rest. Hopefully Riley Moss comes back, because man, after that Browns game, we're all like, please come back as soon as you can, because boy, do we need you. The Colts, though, like I said before, 6-7. They're not really looking very good. Lost 4 out of 6 the past 6 games. Quarterback Anthony Richardson has, he's not really been all that this year. You thought he would have like a higher curve going up this year, or at least a higher potential, or at least, be able to play a little bit better than he did the previous year. But, he's had some games where he's looked good. Not so much this year. 7 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, only just shy over 1,500 yards. That's not very good. But you know what? This is a great opportunity for the Broncos defense to just dial up the pressure. Make Anthony Richardson do quick reads, get the ball out quickly, and have to make quick decisions. But he does have a big arm. He can throw it downfield pretty easily, much like Jameis Winston can. But the difference is, like, Jameis Winston can read those reads and can, create some pre-snap opportunities. I don't know if Anthony Richardson has that in him, but this is a huge game. I mean, this is literally a huge game. And I just wanted to cover this, the Broncos, because I don't really get to cover them throughout the week because they're, I'm the Thursday guy. There's not a whole lot happening in Thursdays as far as football goes, only from like Thursday night football. But, I just wanted to kind of touch up on this because this is a huge game. If you win this, you go up 2 games over the Colts, who are just right behind you. But also it helps your AFC record in case there are some tiebreakers. So much like the Colts, they have to play a lot of AFC opponents down the stretch. So do the Broncos. And they have to play the Chargers and the Chiefs and the Bengals. All the next 4 games, including this Colts game, are all AFC opponents. You have to win these to be able to just not only separate yourself from the Colts, but also make ground up, because the next game is against the Chargers. And the reason I say this could be a little bit of a trap game is you don't want to overlook the Colts. They've had games where they've surprised teams. They've hung in there, and all of a sudden they break a big play, and they make you pay for those mistakes. So you can't take this game lightly. I don't think they will. It seems like it's been a long time since we've said the Broncos are beating bad teams, because it's been a while since we've said the Broncos are good, and they're good. Now, they're not great. They're not championship contenders per se, not quite yet. But you know what? This year's, they've proven us completely wrong, and the expectations have completely shifted to where we can finally say, the Broncos are good. So, Bo Nix, get yourself ready. This is a chance to make, not only to continue making a leap for the franchise, but do something that hasn't been done since like Peyton Manning left the Broncos, which is get this team to a playoff berth. It starts with this Colts game, and, it's going to follow up with like 3 very difficult games, Chargers, Bengals, and the Chiefs to close out the season. But super excited. Can't wait for Sunday, and let's go Broncos. But anyways, let's stick to football, but let's switch over to college. This is a weird story. Ohio politician proposes a law making it illegal to plant a flag midfield at the Ohio State stadium. Out of all the dumb things I've heard this week, this is one of them. This is definitely one of them. Ohio State Representative Josh Williams introduced the Ohio Sportsmanship Act, which basically is going to make planting, your flag, if you're like an opposing team, illegal. I mean, obviously, if you're just visiting Ohio State, if you're planting that flag at Ohio State, you might be able to get in some trouble. Now, this law has only been introduced. It's not in play. It's not something that it's already law. But just the fact that it's been proposed by this man, what are you doing, Representative Josh Williams? This new law would make it a felony to plant a flag midfield, like I said before, and which is like basically, I don't know if it's like a retaliation, but it's just like, it's obviously a quick answer to, the whole debacle that was been happening pretty much throughout college football all weekend when it was like the rivalry games at the end of the season. Is Josh Williams a Ohio State fan? Because I mean, listen, the law he's proposing is kind of messed up. So this is what the law reads: no person shall plant a flagpole with a flag attached to it in the center of the football field at Ohio State Stadium of the Ohio State University on the day of a college day competition, whether before, during, or after the competition competition. Whoever violates these sections is guilty of a felony of the 5th degree. That's wild. You're making it a felony? I mean, it's not even. I mean, there has to be a separation between like sports and laws, right? Like that's too much of a punishment. I would leave it up to the NCAA to dish out those punishments, not lawmakers. I mean, I don't think Josh is really realizing the effect that if this law goes into effect, I don't think he realizes the effect that it can have on a young person's not only college career but future career on whatever he wants them to do. Right now, you have a felony on your record because you decided to plant a flag in the middle of the field. I just don't get it. But Josh, if you're really upset that Ohio State lost, maybe you should go talk to the players and let them know your feelings about why they let Michigan into their home and beat them 13-10 in their own stadium. Maybe you should give them some punishment, huh? Instead of just like taking it up on the opposing team. Like, are you that salty that Ohio State lost? I mean, come on, man. Like, if you're that big of a fan, don't be doing stuff like this. And second of all, you're representing the 41st district, which is nowhere near Columbus. Like, Columbus is like way down south. You're way up north. As a matter of fact, your district is bordering Michigan, which that makes sense. You just don't like Michigan. Yeah, that's it. You're just salty. You're just a salty politician who couldn't take a loss on rivalry weekend. I'm sorry that Ohio State was ranked and they got not necessarily their butts handed to them, but it was definitely a surprise loss, right? 13-10 in your own stadium, and for a chance to win the conference title. I don't know, man. You're being a little ridiculous, Josh. Like, that's insane. That's insane. I feel like you're kind of abusing your power that the people voted you for. You know what I mean? Like, the people voted for you thinking, oh, he's going to be making great laws to represent us. No, I'm going to make a dumb sports law that has nothing to do with my district and that does not represent my people. I mean, I don't like talking politics and stuff like this, but this is like dumb. This is just like a dumb thing for a politician to do. This is like bad for his career. Like, I'm sorry. I understand, like, it hasn't gone into law or whatever, but the fact that he wrote it and is wanting to introduce it to be voted on and to be passed, come on, man. You're really willing to pass a law that can affect, a college athlete, his per se, his clean law record. I don't know. The people entrusted you to create laws to represent them. This is not one of them. And this is just pretty dumb on your behalf. That got me riled up. But anyways, we're going to stick to some college football news because Bill Belichick is joining University of North Carolina. This is actually a bit of a funny story. Bill Belichick took like a year or 2 years off after, leaving the Patriots. Super well-known coach, super smart. I mean, one of the best coaches, someone would argue one of the best coaches of all time. He is a great coach. But Bill is 72 years old, and he's going to college football where the age difference is ginormous. I mean, he's going to have to bring in coaches that can relate to these younger players, because I can't see Bill. I don't think the football part of it is the issue. I think it's connecting to the young players. That's going to be interesting to see how Bill handles that, because some of these kids are Gen Z, Gen Alpha now. They're going to be coming into the league. He's got a lot of work to do, especially at University of North Carolina. The ACC has been dominated by Clemson, Florida State, and I don't know how this is going to work for Bill Belichick, who hates the media. And North Carolina, they seem to have a great journalist program. I can't wait to see those like interactions between student journalists and Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick is just roasting them, because he's just not very charismatic when it comes to like talking to the media, like especially after post games. Like, he's been kind of cool, like doing like the Manning cast and just like doing like these funny commercials and things like that, which have surprised me. I'm like, Bill Belichick is actually a funny dude. I don't know how he's going to handle this, or I don't know how he's going to be able to connect to these young players. But hey, he's going to be in control of basically recruiting. I mean, he's going to be in control of basically the whole program. But I mean, congratulations to him. I just can't wait to see his face whenever players start saying Gen Z slang, Alpha or Gen Alpha slang. Like, coach, that play 8. Coach, that team is sus. Coach, you're giving negative aura. I can't wait to see how he responds to that type of stuff. But hey, no, congratulations to Bill Belichick. I'm sure he got a nice paycheck because you know what, college, especially a program like this, they're in the ACC. There's definitely a lot of NIL money and definitely a lot of things that he's got to correct because North Carolina has not won the ACC championship since like 1980. That's crazy amount. Like they haven't won any football trophies since then. Yes, they've been into like some bowl games here and there, but nothing to the extent that they're winning like conference championships. So Bill Belichick has a lot of work to do, but what concerns me is his age and also being able to connect with these players. But how much longer can he coach? It's a bit of a risky move for North Carolina, but hey, hopefully he turns that program around and he's able to get the Tar Heels back in contention to the ACC conference titles. Anyways, let's move on to a little bit of soccer. Liga MX. That's right. Goal! That's right. We got some finals matchup. Last week was Cruz Azul versus America, which was a crazy good game. One goal scored in the first half, but I think it was 6 total goals combined in the second half, which was a crazy finish to that game. I talked about it last week. America Cruz Azul, great matchup. But now we have a finals matchup between America and Monterrey. There we go. That is the matchup for tonight. So in Liga MX, you play each other twice in the finals. So in the playoffs and in the finals. The lower seeded team plays in their home stadium first, and then the higher seeded team gets a chance to either obviously take the lead or just close it out at home. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Monterrey hasn't won a Liga MX title since 2019 when they defeated Club America. They actually won that matchup back in 2019, 4-2 in penalty kicks. Great matchup. That was a great game. I remember watching that, and I was a little I'm not distraught, but I was a little sad that Club America lost that one because they kind of had it. They kind of controlled the game, but they kind of let it slip away there late, and obviously lost it in penalty kicks. But this is a great opportunity for Club America to win 3 in a row. If you don't know how Liga MX works, their season is divided up into 2 tournaments, so you can win 2 championships in 1 year. So far, Club America has won 2 in a row, so they won the last 2 tournaments. They can make it 3 in a row, which has never been done in modern day Liga MX. Now Club America has won 3 in a row, and so has Chivas de Guadalajara. They won 3 in a row, but those were before the implementation of what Liga MX is now. So I don't really count those because there wasn't that many teams. It was, I believe Club America won 3 in a row, like mid 80s. The Chivas won them, I want to say like late mid 50s. So it hasn't been done in a long time, but I just don't consider those because of just the structure of how that league was back then. Totally different now, but make sure if you haven't gone into Liga MX, this is a great opportunity to get into it because these 2 teams are not only historic teams, but it's a bit of a rivalry as well because of just the sheer amount of losses that Monterrey has had versus Club America. It's going to make for a great matchup, and I can't wait to see it. But anyways, that's going to do it for today. We have to cut it a little bit short today because we got Woody Page. He's going to be in our studio today, filming Around the Horn. He's such an awesome dude, and can't wait to see him. So if you see today's episode, or I guess it's today's episode of Around the Horn. If you see it today, if you see Woody, on TV is because he was in here. But anyways, that's going to do it for us. I got Andy back there doing a little bit of showman work stuff, whatever she does. But anyways, thanks so much for joining me today on Guerilla Sports Daily. My name is Ruben Villalobos. Make sure to check out our YouTube and anything social on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, everybody. See ya!